Okay, take 1,000,000. Hello and welcome to oh, my chair is so squeaky. Hello and welcome to another video of which I have a plethora uploaded right now. If YouTube says I don't, or if you say I don't, you're both wrong because I have so many uploaded right now. What I'm doing today and what I'm probably going to be doing in the future is that I wanted to do kind of like a daily segment or just a daily thought, just like a topic to talk about, something to chew on, something to put in your pipe and smoke it if that's up your alley. You smoke and you use a pipe. But yeah, just something like that. Maybe if I get like 100 billion subscribers, I could do like submissions or something, talk about things that people want to hear or things like that. But right now I have 0, so I won't be doing that. But yeah, so just like a daily talking point. The talking point I want to do today is anger bad? The emotion. So I want to preface that. I know that a lot of people channel anger in bad ways, right? Like they're destructive, they're mean, they're violent, they berate people verbally or something like that. That is bad. That's bad. Anger is a very intense emotion. It can be hard to control, and because it's an intense emotion invoked by things that you don't like, it can lead to even more like out of control actions. That is bad. I'm not talking about that because like that's not a gray area or anything, right? That's black and white. That's bad. So what I'm talking about is just the emotion of anger and if it's channeled in non-destructive means, or if you're not a destructive person because of it, right? So that's the preface. And then why am I talking about this? So I think throughout all of history, there's been like mythology, music, the earliest movies, the earliest drawings and paintings, have kind of portrayed anger in a bad way a lot. But I think that it really came to a spearhead in the early 2000s, this portrayal of anger, the emotion, as an innately bad thing, especially within pop culture, media and things like that. And I feel like it has only gotten bigger. I don't know if it still has the same impact it does. I feel as though the cinematic scene and the music scene has gotten more nuanced in terms of what anger is and accepting with it. But I feel like it was a problem, and in my opinion, kind of still is a problem. This this idea that anger isn't a bad thing, it's something that anger is a bad thing, and it's something that I grew up with, and I think that a lot of other people grew up with, and it's something I don't like, right? So what am I talking about? This idea that anger is something you need to suppress. If you don't do it, you will face the consequences. There are no benefits to anger. There's no reason to be angry. If you're feeling angry, don't do it. I'm not a fan of that. This is my statement. I'm not a fan of that. I think anger is a natural thing. I think that people should feel it, and I think that people should be, accepting of it. You communicate it properly, use it in a way that's not destructive and that kind of thing. I don't think anger is an innately bad thing. My reasoning as to why. Firstly, and this is like the more shallow-ish reason, but I don't think it's really shallow. It's just compared to the other one. Firstly, it's an important social thing. Anger is like an innate part of you, and if you don't portray that to other people, your relationships can feel more shallow or hollow because you're not putting yourself in the relationship, like, with your friends or with a significant other. You are putting just off this image of yourself. If you feel anger and you sit there and you seethe and you don't show it, and then, you associate this person with that anger because of it or something like that, or your relationship feels more hollow, that's not a great thing. I feel like anger should be communicated, even if it's between friends, because it's not a bad thing. If I'm talking to someone I don't know all that well, but we talk sometimes, I want to be able to say like, oh, this made me mad, or I'm mad right now, without feeling that kind of awkwardness, that thing where it's like, oh, I sound immature just for feeling angry. Like, I don't think that's great. I feel like anger is important in terms of like social situations. I feel like it's important to express it in controlled means so that people have a better idea of who you are. What does this guy think of things? How strongly does he feel them? Why does he feel them this way? And when you don't do that, people don't get the answers to those questions. They get the vague remnants of breadcrumbs of who you are, because you're not giving off this, you're not allowing them into this your state of mind and this emotion that you feel and that everyone feels. Secondly, moving on from the social thing, anger, again, I kind of talked about this already, but anger is an innate emotion, right? It's not like one of those emotions where it's like, oh, I'm feeling overzealous, I'm feeling apathetic, right? No, it's not. It's an innate emotion. It's not like it's not an offshoot of another emotion. It's the emotion that things offshoot from, right? And it was an Inside Out, the first one, which is the infinitely better one. Forget about the second one. It did not happen. So, yeah, anger is like a core emotion, and it's very important, and it's a thing that people feel very strongly. And I think that that's honestly a good thing, right? When I imagine myself in the future, and obviously I'm like, I'm Zen or something, I don't imagine myself not feeling anger. That's not an idea that I resonate with, and I don't like it. I imagine myself as somebody who feels anger, but it's just a part of me, right? Like I don't ever want to not feel anger. I just want to be okay with it, know what it means, why I feel that way, and be able to accept it and act on it accordingly, right? I don't like the idea of like, oh, to be happy you need to not be angry. Like that's not the right statement in my opinion. I think that to be happy, you just need to have the most complete idea of yourself, right? Like you just need to, accept yourself as to who you are. Make changes to yourself if you want. But the thing is have your, be yourself as a whole. Never cut out a piece of who you are, because then you're not yourself. You're not going to be happy in its truest sense. You're just going to be, you're going to be like the vague idea of happiness, right? You're never going to actually be happy. And that's sad to me. I think that anger is an innate thing, and I don't ever want to not feel it. I want to just be okay with it. I don't want to, be bogged down by it, but I also don't want to be completely, averse to it either. And yeah, I guess those are kind of my only 2 points. But yeah, also when I'm talking to somebody and they get angry, I kind of just want to talk about this because it's people don't talk about it. And if you're watching this, I thought that this would be an important thing to say so that you can kind of see at least one person's perspective of it. If I'm talking to somebody and they get angry, I don't see them as a different person because they're angry. I don't see them as acting in a way that is not befitting of who they are. I just kind of see it as still them. They're just angry about something. They're portraying a different emotion because of something that happened. And I don't dislike that. It's just another one of those social situations that you go through with somebody, and I feel like that's important. I feel like that's where you build relationships, where you build the foundations, right? Somebody gets mad, I'm not going to sit there and be like, whoa, how dare they get mad around me? You're cut off. I'm not talking to you anymore. They it's they get mad, it's okay, that's, they're mad about something. Why are they mad about it? What's going on? How intensely do they feel about it? Like I said before, the same exact bullet points I just said, actually. It's just important. It gives me a more full idea of who somebody is, a more nuanced viewpoint on them, and I find that to be very important, and I really like it. I really like that kind of social, that social aspect. I don't want to just have fun with people. I want to talk to people, get opinions, have discussions, have fun a lot, but also all those other things, right? Joking around isn't the only thing to me. And I don't think it should be to anybody. I think that everybody needs that kind of social depth in their life. But yeah, that's it. So conclusion, is anger bad? The emotion? No.